Hi, I'm Chris, creator of Pool Tool. The video that you're watching here is the installation of a 21-foot round pool installed in Northeast Ohio in late March 2023. The temperature got to a high of around 56-57 degrees. I'm using a track loader to excavate it and a laser level to level it. Before I even started, I was able to set the point on the leveling rod, and now I'm just excavating all the dirt, and I'm getting the dirt level to the point that I chose before I even started digging. A round pool installation is best thought of in three parts. The first consists of ground prep, which is up until you are prepared to install the wall. The second part generally should be completed in one day and consists of installing the pool completely except for the skimmer system. The third part is installing the skimmer system on the pool and backfilling the pool with dirt. Please like and subscribe to my channel. When you do, you help us. In the Pool O'Toole YouTube channel, you will find content regarding hard-sided above-ground swimming pools. They are an assortment of videos that address information needed to make competent decisions for people interested in buying and installing above-ground swimming pools. The most important decisions you make regarding an above-ground pool occur in the beginning stages, when you purchase your pool, before you install your pool, while installing your pool, and end when you backfill and bond your pool, and how you install your deck. If you make the right decisions in this period of time, you make the maintenance of your pool much easier and enjoyable. Please visit www.poolotoole.com to sign up for a free tutorial that discusses in detail these topics. And if you're installing a pool, consider purchasing Pool O'Toole Installation School to support this channel and the free videos and information it contains. The Pool O'Toole Installation School tutorial is comprised of written step-by-step instructions with illustrations and QR codes that connect directly to each corresponding step video. This makes it easy to use on site, and the best part, you can have the visual aid of each step video while also following along with the written instruction. Our tutorial addresses all the specialized circumstances of pool installation, starting with the multiple options of site excavation in thorough detail. With the Pool O'Toole tutorial, you can have peace of mind knowing that we will guide you through the entire step-by-step process, ensuring that you are fully informed to design and install your pool oasis, saving you precious time and money. Here we are setting the blocks that rest under each upright. The pool wall and wall track rests on the most important piece of real estate for the pool foundation, and the blocks have a twofold function. One is to provide the main support for the pool wall, and two, properly set blocks provide an easy-to-follow guidepost to build the rest of the wall track foundation. I always recommend using a laser level to complete this process. Learning how to use a laser level is easy, and I have a 6-minute video in my channel that teaches the important things to understand about laser levels in regard to above-ground pool installation. You can rent them cheaply from multiple locations, including Home Depot and Lowe's. May I suggest first watching the laser video in the Pool O'Toole channel, and after, when picking up the rented laser, learn the specifics regarding the laser receiver system you are renting before you leave the establishment. In contrast, using a big 4x4 to level the ground is risky, although you see the videos on YouTube often, and even in the written directions that come with the pool. Under many circumstances, that is not realistic. The 4x4 can be warped and is less reliable for a task you want to have done very precisely to perform an easy installation, not to mention the looks of the pool and the general functionality of the pool. Plus, it is easier to fool yourself into thinking you are quote-unquote close enough. One thing about above-ground pool installation, you can never cut corners. It is best to think of above-ground pool installation as a series of steps where each step builds upon the next. If you do not do the earlier steps correct, sooner or later you will run into issues. While watching us complete part 1 of the pool installation, listen to a conversation I had with a Pool O'Toole Installation School client.
Hi Chris, I've been watching your videos on YouTube for some time and I feel like I have a good idea of how installing a pool should go, but I have some questions. What is the biggest challenge to installing an above ground swimming pool?
I've seen many people install and attempt to install their own above-ground pools. The ones that are successful take the process one step at a time and have the conviction to follow it through all the way. First, you must know that you cannot cut corners installing an above-ground swimming pool, because each step builds upon the preceding steps. And if you cut corners, you may come to a point in the process where you do not know where you went wrong and then decide to quit. For this reason, Pool O'Toole Installation School is broken down into chapters and subsections with small goals along the way to ensure you are on the right path.
What will our first step be in beginning our pool installation?
Well, once you have figured out the logistics, what pool to buy, what pump filter to buy, what size pool, the pool location, permits, underground utilities and the like, which Pool O'Toole does a great job addressing, the next step is deciding on how to excavate the installation site itself.
How can Pool O'Toole Installation School help me with excavation?
Pool O'Toole Installation School can first help you evaluate your installation site and decide whether you should hire a professional to excavate. For example, in Florida, soil composition is typically sandy and flat, in which case you may choose to excavate it by hand. Same if you are rebuilding a pool and using the old excavation site. In these cases, hiring a professional may be a waste of money. In other parts of the country, like Ohio, the ground may be more difficult to excavate, and hiring a professional may be a better option. The ground may be on a slope or near tree roots, or have a rocky soil composition. In all three cases, Pool O'Toole Installation School contain helpful tips and tricks that will save you a lot of time and headaches, especially if you hire a professional. Pool O'Toole has an easy-to-follow set of instructions for the excavators to follow that will reduce 50% of Chapter 1 and leave you less than 8 hours away from having your pool installed, eliminating the need for trucks and even wheelbarrows, and also many hand tools. The last thing to remember is to always double-check your work, even if a professional excavated your site. Now, once you begin rolling out the wall, you want to do your best to install the pool and get water going into the pool before the end of the day. Leaving a pool up overnight without stabilizer bars and top plates and top rails connected is risky due to wind, and if it rains, it can mess up the sand foundation. Ideally, once the wall is being rolled out, it is best for it not to be windy or rainy all the way until the wrinkles are out of the liner and water is going into the pool, so be aware of the weather. Some YouTube videos and even some pool directions suggest to roll the wall out from the middle of the pool. This is something that should only be done with experienced crews. Rolling out the wall near the track is safer. You have more control and the process goes slower. It is easier to notice the wall and the track not fitting together well, indicating the pool foundation is unlevel in certain spots. Pool O'Toole Installation School does a good job of explaining all the troubleshooting tips surrounding the numerous steps that lead to an easy wall installation process. Many novices quit at this stage when they find the wall does not sit well in the track, or the blocks don't rest on the uprights, or the track won't stay together, or the wall ends are too far or too short to the opposite end. With the right steps, the whole process of pool installation can go very smoothly, even for novices. Round pools are considerably easier to install than ovals. I've known many homeowners that have installed rounds, but I have known very few first-time installers to install ovals competently. Oval pools are difficult to install even for professionals. Early in my business career, I had a difficult time installing them, and it almost cost me my business. And for this reason, it can be difficult to find a reliable professional pool installer. This limits the number of installers that are out there, because to find someone who has made this their sole source of income, they have to be able to install ovals. So many do it as a part-time side gig. So the economics of this oval pool problem keeps the price of installations high, and sometimes it's even difficult to find an installer. If you are interested in making above-ground pool installation your profession, please visit www.poolotoole.com for more information regarding my coaching program. You can gain years of experience quickly through my personal instruction and comprehensive program that you can use immediately as a part-time gig, and watch your business grow quickly through what I've learned about this lucrative niche market over the past 20 years of my experience. Raking the sand can be difficult if you do not have experience. It is more difficult than it looks. However, if you did the first steps in part 1 well and began rolling out the pool another day, that will leave you plenty of time to rake the sand for as long as you need, so you can finish before the sun goes down and be proud of your work. Having the right tools is paramount, and using a sand rake is much easier than using a dirt rake. They cost about $50, but you could rent them for much cheaper. When raking the sand, I like to take the leftover pile of sand that was once in the middle of the pool and rake it towards the placed sand cove on the side walls. As you pull the sand to the sides of the pool, the middle of the pool becomes well raked and level. The last step is to spread the sand along the side wall up to the sand cove. It is easy to make the mistake of not spreading enough sand near the cove. If you do that, you may find rocks near the edges of your pool or indentations and low spots in the sand. So remember to make sure you have enough sand along the edges of the pool. This video is one of dozens that I've collected that provide me with a dense amount of material to create my content. Each step video in the Pool Tool tutorial displays multiple cuts with different construction types and from different angles, showing you the best way of moving forward no matter the design. For example, there are 3 types of liners. In the tutorial, all 3 are addressed in concise detail. All you have to do is choose which one. Here we are installing the liner. If the temperature is warm, above 70 degrees say, there is no need to spread the liner on the lawn beforehand. You are just making more work, and if it is hotter than 80 degrees, you will make the liner unnecessarily loose and make it more difficult to fit uniformly all the way around the pool. Here we are installing the stabilizer bars as we install the liner. Notice that through the entire process of pool installation, we utilize the stabilizer bars. It may not look like much, but these stabilizer bars stabilize the pool well, even before the top plates are attached. Notice how we're installing the liner using the J-hook system from a unibead liner. A unibead liner has 2 installing mechanisms to choose from, the J-hook and the bead. To use the beaded option, you need an additional beaded channel that hangs on the side of the wall. We didn't have the beaded channel, so the default is the J-hook. Now of course there is much more that goes into a round liner installation than that, but that is the gist of it. And of course, in the Pool Tool tutorial, it is broken down for all 3 liner types in great detail, including how to deal with loose or tight liners, and what to do if the wall pops out of the track as you are hanging the liner, and a number of other troubleshooting circumstances a person would want to have access to ensure that the job gets finished properly. We even have a great hack to fix an uneven sand bottom, even after the liner has been installed. Now we are attaching the top rails. We have used a shop vac through the return hole to pull the liner to the sides and pull out the wrinkles on the bottom of the liner. Attaching the top rails can be tricky if you have not gapped the track within each bottom plate properly in former steps. It is generally safest when attaching the top rails to put in the screws loosely all the way around first. Sometimes it takes some pulling and adjusting to make them all fit at the end. When they are all attached properly, and you also ensure the top caps will cover the top rails, then you should tighten all the screws in the top rails. After this process is complete, you may find that some of the uprights themselves are crooked and not sitting at a 90-degree angle to the earth. I explain how to fix this in Pool Tool Installation School, which is just 1 to 3% of the cost of an average pool installation. Here I am installing the skimmer. Notice how I pulled down the liner with my feet as I attached the screws to simulate a pool full of water. For someone installing a liner for the first time, you should wait to install the liner till there is at least 8 inches of water in the pool. Well, that about does it for me. I hope you have learned something. In any case, remember this video and the ones you find on YouTube are only a snapshot of what to expect. That is why it is prudent to obtain an in-depth tutorial to use on site, like from Pool Tool Installation School. Thank you for your support, and if you want more tips and tricks, please explore my free videos and website.